Remember when Zack Snyder's fans claimed that Rebel Moon would be the next Dune/Star Wars?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Before I begin, I just want to clarify that I did not watch these films to hate on them. I was genuinely looking forward to Rebel Moon since they've been announced. I thought Zack Snyder would thrive with an original IP of his own and no studio interference, but I was wrong. So, little disclaimer, just keep that in your mind because I am about to roast this film. This isn't going to be a play-by-play of everything that happens in Rebel Moon Part 2, but I am going to be going a little in depth, so spoiler warning. The film starts off with a narration from a seemingly bored Anthony Hopkins, and there's so many mentions of fictional names and places that it kind of reminded me of one of those TikToks where people parody a Star Wars show.
The one you seek is Don DeBeeble on Thaful. Find Krasmadar on Jatalaband. Go to Bemigrant. Speak to Rinj Jabobal. He has what you need.
During this narration, he says something to the effect that after the last film's final battle, the heroes thought they were safe. Why would they think they are safe? Even Korra seems to think that they're safe from the Imperium, saying things like, oh, there's no need for a defense, and offers some half-assed explanation that once Admiral Noble was killed, the ship would return to the Mother World and just... What, did she think it would just not come back? Like, they still know you're out there. They're still expecting grain from Velt, so somebody's gonna come knocking, right? This makes Korra look wildly naive and incompetent, and that would be fine if that was the point, but I don't think that was the point. It really just comes across as an oversight in the script. Normally, Zack Snyder's films tend to, at the very least, look really cool, but this was kind of an ugly movie. The last one had a very soft focus, which made it look like there was Vaseline rubbed on the lens, and it's the same situation here. The colors were also very brown, dull, and just overall not very interesting to look at. There's a flashback showing Korra and Basilius assassinating the royal family, and the line delivery from Basilius at one point is so bad that I have to assume the direction was, hey, have you ever seen Tommy Wiseau in The Room? Say it more like that.
What are you waiting for, child? Do it! Do it. No. No. Do it. Kill her.
I'm not exaggerating when I say there are not one, not two, but three separate montages where our cast of characters do nothing but harvest grain in slow motion. The only thing that is in between these montages is very quick scenes of Admiral Noble doing some bad guy things. It goes harvest grain, Admiral Noble for like 10-20 seconds. Harvest grain, Admiral Noble, harvest grain. It's like 10 minutes of the movie. It is so... Why? Not only was it in slow motion, but there's always some dramatic music playing over it. And I couldn't contain my laughter at one point. There's a moment where we see a man drink from a bottle, spit out the drink, then slowly refill it from water from a well, and then he drinks it again. We see this entire process. Like, this is just nothing but a massive waste of time. We also get a scene where everyone is sitting at a table, and no joke, we get 4 simultaneous flashback scenes for some of these characters. It literally is, hey, what's your backstory? Well, flashback. What about you? Oh, sad flashback. Rinse and repeat. One of the main complaints about the first film is that we barely get to know anything about the warriors that Korra and Gunnar recruit. Well, this is the extreme opposite problem. This is an exposition dump. No, it wishes it was an exposition dump. This is an insult to exposition dumps. Oh, just a side note, in one of the flashbacks, the prince's mom commits suicide, and he just stands there and watches it happen as like a single tear rolls down his cheek. So, there's that. Noble and his army eventually return to Velt, and the rest of the film, aside from the final few minutes or so, is just one long action scene. And it's not even really well done action. It was just a lot of visual noise, subpar fight choreography most of the time. Characters are standing out in the open, surrounded by enemies, never getting so much as a scrape. Enemy soldiers don't draw their weapons when they're about to be killed, or some action they don't want to happen is about to happen, and there is just way too much slow-mo. I'll be honest, I was pretty checked out at this point, so maybe I missed a cool moment or two, but overall, it was just a mess. The kicker? They set up another sequel at the end, so the real fight is yet to happen. Part 1 was a disappointment, but this movie was just outright atrocious. I'm still willing to give the extended cuts a chance, but honestly, I don't see how they could improve these all that much. At best, I think they will be considered okay. Well guys, that's about all I have to say about this. Have you seen Rebel Moon Part 2 The Scargiver? If so, let me know down below what you think. Do you think the extended cuts are going to be any better? Do you think they'll be worse? Or do you think they'll be about the same? Either way, let me know down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, take care.